This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
After a months-long legal battle to remove Kim Gardner from office, St. Louis has a new circuit attorney. The governor appointed Gabe Gore this afternoon. He's a former assistant U.S. attorney. Kim Gardner resigned on Tuesday, weeks before the day she originally said she would step down. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Brent Solomon, in for Ann Allred. Voters overwhelmingly elected Gardner as circuit attorney back in 2020. So as required by law, Governor Parson had to appoint her replacement. Next year, voters will once again decide on a circuit attorney in the 2024 election. And the effort to remove Gardner started back in February. That was after Tennessee teen Janaea Masson lost both of her legs in a crash downtown. The man charged with hitting her was out on bond and had violated house arrest about 100 times. The Attorney General then filed a lawsuit to remove Gardner, saying she had failed to do her job many times. Prosecutors failed to show up in court. Others resigned. Gardner herself resigned amid several other legal battles. We have team coverage for you tonight.
Let's start with Christine Byers, who has covered this case since the start. Christine, what can you tell us about the new circuit attorney?
Kelly, so Gabe Gore is a partner for the Dowd Bennett law firm, which is one of the most highly connected, politically connected firms in the state. He is a partner there, and he is now our new circuit attorney. It has a bitter history with Kim Gardner, and now that firm is sending in her replacement. It was an all-star cast from the region's political and law enforcement leaders that joined the governor for Gore's introduction. Gore says the show of force is symbolic of his priorities moving forward. Gore served as an assistant U.S. attorney before joining the Dowd Bennett law firm. That firm defended former Governor Eric Greitens and accused Gardner of misconduct. Gore has also served the governor's office before. Former Governor Jay Nixon appointed him to serve on the Ferguson Commission. During his 10 years with Dowd Bennett, the University of Chicago Law School grad has been involved with civil cases and has never tried a case at the state level. He says hiring staff and rebuilding relationships are his top priorities.
The circuit attorney's office can only be successful with the cooperation and collaboration of everyone that's represented here today. Working together, I am confident that we can build a prosecutor's office here that is one of the highest performing in the country.
Now, Gore is expected to resign from the Dowd Bennett firm on next Friday, and then that following Monday, May 29th, he's expected to be sworn in. Until then, the governor's interim special counsel will be serving as circuit attorney, and the attorney general's office will be there to assist. Live outside the courthouse in downtown St. Louis, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
Christine, thanks. Today, St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones said Gore has her support.
I've known Gabe for a long time, and I know that he is a wonderful lawyer, a wonderful prosecutor, and a true public servant. He loves this city. He has planted roots here with his family and raised his daughters here. And so, again, I think that the step that he took today to leave a high-powered partnership at a law firm to come help the city that he loves speaks volumes for his character.
And we continue our team coverage on the new circuit attorney appointment with reaction from Kim Gardner supporters. Justina Coronel spoke to 2 faith leaders. She joins us live from downtown St. Louis. Justina.
Yeah, Kelly, so both leaders tell me they have mixed emotions and it's a bittersweet day, but they are eager to see what he'll do next.
Claps fill the crowded room at the Carnahan Courthouse Friday morning. The applause welcomes Gabe Gore's appointment as St. Louis Circuit Attorney. While Governor Mike Parson calls it a new day, others view it differently.
It is still a bittersweet day.
Reverend Charles Norris supported Kim Gardner, who recently resigned as Circuit Attorney.
One thing is for sure, nearly 70% of people voted for her.
Reverend Darrell Gray backed her up too.
We trusted Kim. I believe that she did her best with what she had to work with.
Both say they'll miss her as they're faced with a new reality.
On one end of the spectrum is like, here we go again, same old stuff, different day. On the other end of the spectrum, I think there are people that says, okay, well, let's give them a chance.
Gray worries about this change.
I'm not optimistic at all. I think that he is going to serve the people that put him in. Gore was part of the Dow group. He was part of the same group that went against Kim Gardner in the first place.
Gore spent a decade at the Dowd Bennett law firm, which has a bitter history with Gardner. The firm represented former Missouri Governor Eric Greitens after Gardner charged him with several crimes. Despite that history, Gray is looking at the future.
Okay, we've got to meet. What is his position on sentencing? What is his position on diversion? What is his position on police accountability?
He believes those conversations will matter, but what they're eager to see are his actions.
If Mr. Gore shows himself to be a champion of justice, then he'll have my full support. But I think right now, it will be a wait and see.
Gray says faith leaders will reach out to Gore in the next several weeks, and they'll ask what he'll implement and also see what the next 100 days will look like. Reporting in downtown St. Louis, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
All right, Justina, thanks. We have much more on Gabe Gore and his takeover as circuit attorney on air and on KSDK.com. You can also get everything you need to know on the 5 on Your Side app.
Our Weather First team is tracking some scattered showers tonight. Let's check in with meteorologist Jim Castillo. Hey, Jim.
Hi, Kelly. So, yeah, this Friday evening, the Cardinals played tonight. Busch Stadium looks a little bit hazy there. Couple showers nearby. Now, the heaviest we've seen is right along this cold front, and it continues moving south and east. So the threat of any downpours, even around Busch Stadium, very limited. Like Scotty was saying at 4 o'clock, maybe a couple lightning strikes to the south of this front or along it, and it continues moving away from St. Louis. So circling the areas east of Sullivan, we had a couple lightning strikes earlier in the past couple of hours, and northeast of Carlisle Lake, again, a couple heavy downpours there as it moves right along Interstate 70. Also right around Effingham up to about Casey, so just outside of the viewing area. Then you look at this mess of rain, but it's really light. In fact, hardly any measurable rainfall out of this. Also pushing into the city right now. Lambert has had some light showers, and that's what we're expecting for the evening, probably most of the evening, a chance of seeing some rain. And I'll talk more about our weekend forecast. I think you'll like it coming up.
Looking forward to that, Jim. A sad update tonight on a story we told you about yesterday. Close friends tell us a man beaten in the parking lot of a Deerbergs has died. The man was beaten during a road rage incident Wednesday. This was at the Deerbergs location at Olive and Woods Mill in Chesterfield. The other driver did stay on the scene. No word on charges.
Well, giving people a fresh start for free. St. Louisans with nonviolent, low-level criminal offenses can clear their record. Tomorrow is an expungement clinic hosted by Missouri Senator Carla May. Attorneys help people who have served their time but still have a record. Expungement is for people with minor offenses like theft or drug possession.
And open up opportunities for employment, even going to school, things that had been in their record that might have provided a hindrance would now be, an opportunity to remove that and create a future. So we're very excited to be able to turn around and do that again this year.
The clinic is tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. inside of the Student Center at Forest Park Community College. You'll need an ID or a driver's license, your charges, the date of the charges, and even the jurisdiction that they were filed in.